your eyes go first blow. Honestly, your eye go first blow. If I had had the slightest knowledge about these 10 things I'm about to share with you all in today's video, I know that I would have gone further than my level today in sewing. So this is not the regular sewing tutorial videos I always drop right here on the channel. I'm basically going to be talking about the 10 things I wish I knew before I laid my hands on a sewing machine. So if you see me for the first time, I'm Lishke Styles. I share sewing tutorial videos and pattern drafting right here on my channel. The purpose of this video is actually not to discourage anyone at all. I'm making this video because I wish I knew all of these things, because sewing is a journey. The more you sew, the more you venture into sewing, you discover a lot of things yourself which you are never going to learn in your fashion academy or wheresoever you are learning it from. It actually comes with your experience as you sew and also journey in this world of sewing. So the first one is that at first I thought that sewing was just needle and thread. But my darlings, no, it is way beyond that. Sewing is just not needle and thread. This whole excitement that comes with you practicing, and the first time is basically have scale bodies and all of that, and it comes out so good. So you be like, I can do this, I'm going to do this. Of course you can actually do this, but I wish I knew at first that sewing is beyond needle and thread. Yeah, that is basically my truth. And the second one is that sewing requires a lot of patience. If you are not patient, please, I will advise you not to go for sewing. Yes, a lot of patience is needed for sewing, because come on, what do you mean? There's some, I don't even want to go deep because I don't want this video to be long. But if you are someone that is so impatient, I will greatly and kindly advise you to work on your patience, or you avoid anything that has to do with sewing. Have this at your fingertips that sewing is patience. If you lack patience, you cannot do sewing. So the third one I'm going to talk about is that your first stitch is never perfect, and that is 100% okay. You might be thinking that maybe because you're still a beginner or you've not really gotten to that level, then when you make a slight mistake when you're sewing, you give up and be like, I can't do this again, I'm tired and I'm exhausted. No, your first stitch must not be perfect. This is something that happened to me. Most times, even as tutors right here on YouTube, we make mistakes. Yes, when you're filming a tutorial, at some point you might make a mistake. Mind you that this is something that you've actually practiced or you've been sewing for people. What do you have to do? You have to discard that particular fabric or project you're working on. You have to start afresh, and you have to recreate something that when your audience watch, they're definitely going to have your exact recreation without making any mistakes. So that is why your first stitch must not be perfect. No one started off perfect. Then the fourth one I have right here is that see, fabric will test you before it addresses you. Most times I've actually noticed this in all these bustiers. Most times after drafting, getting the maybe the half length, if I'm making a peplum blouse or something, but I know it's mostly with bustiers, right? At the end of the day, you'll find out that this fabric or measurements, whatever it take, reduce in length from nowhere. Most times you add allowance. Like me, the maximum allowance I add to any dress I'm making is 1.5 inches. Do you know that most times after drafting and you cut on your fabric, because I always draft out on my patterned paper, you cut out on your fabric. At the end of the day, because I actually left 1.5 inches as my sewing allowance and I take 1.5 inches at both sides, then you try to retake your measurements or the measurement of your clients, you will find out that your fabric has shortened in size, like in width. And you'll be wondering, they always say this thing, your eyes go first blow. Honestly, your eye go first blow. Because where am I supposed to get this allowance from? So to be honest with you, a lot of fabrics will test like this shoke. There's some fabrics that after sewing, sorry, after cutting, once you iron it, it shrinks. Like I worked with Mikado. Mikado does that as well. So oh God, it's not funny, but I just want you to have this at the back of your mind. Fabric will test you before it dresses you. So the fifth one right here, apart, like I've already said that in the first or the second point I made, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Even these top brands we know, all these top fashion designers, they make mistakes. Nobody started off perfect. And the earlier you know this, the better for you. So that you don't go on ahead to kill yourself or think that you're not doing well because of you're always making mistakes. See, when I started learning how to sew, at a point I even forgot to add zipper allowance. Yes. At some point, do you know when I started off newly, if I just stitch one side of my dress, I will put it on to know if I've gotten the measurement. If I just put it, I was so scared to sew for people. And my sister, I damaged my elder sister. I damaged a lot of her fabrics. I mean a lot. That is why till date I don't collect anything from her to make any because then I forget like mistakes is bound to happen and it's totally fine. It is totally fine. Don't kill yourself over it. All you just have to do when you make mistakes like this, you just take your time, just take a break, just have some rest so that maybe your head, everything can cool off. If you need to bathe, if you need to do whatsoever it is, then later you can come back. You can come back to what I've made. If only I recorded all my mistakes, eh? I believe that none of you will be discouraged. Nobody make mistake past me. You understand? So you are bound to make mistakes. Even at this point that I'm better, I'm very good at sewing, I still make mistakes. But at the end of the day, you don't let the mistakes correct you. Rather, you correct your mistakes. Then the seventh one, I don't know, I've lost count, or the sixth one is that invest in good scissors. It actually makes your work neat. Take it from me that please, investing in a good scissors is not unnecessary expenses. Now the seventh one here is um, when you take measurements twice, it's going to save you from a whole lot of stress. Taking measurement twice saves you from a lot of cutting regrets. But some clients, their body can be deceptive. Do you understand? You actually take this person's measurement and you are sure that this is their measurement. When they come for their fitting, you're having something else entirely. Then you have to retake that same, especially the you see the waist, you see the bust. I don't joke with these two parts. See the waist and the bust. Ah, it's good to always take measurement twice. So all these things are from my personal experience, honestly. Then the eighth one or the seventh one, I don't know, I've lost count, is every project teaches you something new. Where do I start from? A lot of things I know to do in sewing, a lot of ways I go about sewing my outfits. I was not taught. Yes, I was not taught in the academy. It was something that I discovered through this journey of sewing. But as you go, you make mistakes, you are learning, you are advancing, you are teaching, as you're teaching yourself, you're learning more. Like me now, I will probably say that if I start up a fashion academy, from all my mistakes and all my corrections, I can boldly and satisfactorily teach my students without gatekeeping, because a lot of say tutors do this, they gatekeep a lot, and that is very bad. That's it for the sixth or seventh one. Then the eighth one is that don't you ever compare your chapter one or your level one to someone else's level 10. Yes, you don't do that because a lot of things might be a reason why most people are where are they at the moment. So one of these factors could be that a lot of people actually have mothers or sisters or aunties they lived with that sews. So imagine growing up in that type of environment. You are definitely going to learn, if not for any other thing, you're going to learn how to pedal a sewing machine from a very tender age. From there, you're going to be helping out your auntie, your sister, or your mother from cutting. Then from there, automatically, you just learn how to do all of these things. And you don't expect someone that has been doing this from tender age to be at the same pace, okay, I mean in terms of sewing, with someone that just started learning how to sew at from the age of 16 or 17. Do you understand? So do not compare your level 1 to that of someone in level 10, because trust me that you guys, so long as you are doing what you are doing and doing it well, you all are good. We all have our audience, we all have people that will always come for you. So just do your best at that your level you are, and you'll be perfectly fine and you'll be totally okay. So the 10th one, and which is basically the last one, is that sewing is more than clothes. I've already mentioned this earlier. It is patience. It is hard work. It is pushing hard. It is art and it is growth. Yes, I've had days that I've always wanted to give up. I've had days that I cried. I've had days that I will draft that, I will cut, I will do everything. At the end of the day, I'll be seeing something else entirely. I'll be wondering, what is it? I'll say, no, I can't do this. And funny enough, the deadline is very close. At this point, that is where you see that pushing hard comes in. You see that growth is actually not easy. But trust me that if I can actually end up doing all of this and maneuvering all these situations and trying to get it right, you too can, because I do not like stress. That is just the actual truth. But trust me that if you actually put all of this in your mind and know that everyone makes a mistake, everyone, see, there is nobody that will come out today and say that I started off perfect in sewing, is 100% impossible. Nobody started off perfect. So these are the things that I wish I knew, because I experienced them through my journey of sewing. And if someone had told me all of this, I might have said maybe I will not continue with sewing. But no, I'm glad that I continue with sewing, because nothing gives me joy better than I make an outfit for myself anytime, any day. I can decide to start making an outfit for myself early this morning for an event that is starting by 10 a.m. I've actually done that before. I woke up around 4. I started making an outfit for myself. So it's actually a thing of joy. You know, when you put on your dress out there and people be like, wow, your dress looks so nice. And you're like, I made it myself. So that's the joy and satisfaction it brings. And there's money in sewing as well. I hope you guys know that. So that's all I have to share with you for today. Thank you all for sticking with me. I hope to see you all next time on this same channel. Do have a lovely time ahead of you. Bye.